What's up, everyone? My name's O'Malley, and welcome to another episode of Sleepy Saturday. Today, we're going to react to Cloak and Dagger Season 1, Episode 4. I think the title of this episode was called The Loofah of My Life. We're in the church with Cloak and Dagger, and they're trying to sort things out. What's happening with their powers? Where are they coming from? And this scene kind of plays out throughout the entire episode. We then go straight to Cloak's home. It's the morning and he brushes his parents off for breakfast and just heads out. We quickly jump to Dagger. She goes to her mom's house with some coffee, trying to make some peace. The mom takes the coffee, adds one gin, one pill, and drinks it. We're not even 10 minutes in. Tear count number 1. When they're recounting about Dagger's dad, and she can't remember much, but she felt so safe and comfortable with him, and she would tell him everything. Her mom was saying all these good things about him too, how he always worked so hard and was caring. Why do my tears come so easily? Loofah's home, and he fires back when Dandy calls him a con man. He calls Dagger out for not being so innocent. He saw what was in that pink bag a couple episodes ago. Dagger gets the idea, and she looks into his hopes. She sees that Loofah's actually a really good guy. He wants to be like a family with Dagger and her mom. He's so sweet. Cloak and Patootie kiss. Dagger goes to Loofah's work and starts asking him more questions about Roxxon. She wants to know exactly what she can do to get back at that shady company. Roxxon is still pumping money into the plant that exploded and should no longer be working. Cloak pretends that his bike is stolen, goes to the police station to try and figure out what he can do. He gets a little overwhelmed and he just books it out of there. He goes home and his dad is pressing him for questions and discovers the bolt cutters in Cloak's bag. Smooth one, Cloak. Dad drags Cloak off to, I was guessing it would be his brother's grave, which would be super emotional, and we would be at like tear count 1,000 at that point. They go to a jam session? Okay. And then everyone just stares at Cloak and his dad. Cloak's like, WTF? I don't really know what the characters are saying at this point. I'm pretty sure that the leader guy is shading Cloak's dad like no tomorrow. And this king of shade is right about to cut his dad's throat open, but stops. And then they hug instead. Back to the office with Dagger and Loofah says he's married, and I literally spit out my lunch. I thought they were building the character up, but he's separated. His relationship didn't work out. He's only married through paperwork, which, okay. I'll let that one slide, Loofah. We're back to the church scene with Cloak and Dagger, and Dagger wants to see just how close they can get before they go boom. They share a beautiful, magical moment, and then are thrown to the other sides of the room, confused and released. Dinner time with Dagger and family. Loofah gets a call from wifey Loofah. He doesn't want to take it, eventually takes it, and then Mama Dagger is not okay with this, so she goes and sleeps in preparation for the interview that she clearly doesn't have. Cloak finds out that his brother was supposed to be a spy boy. I'm sitting here wondering just how many Spy Kids movies they're making. It's apparently some sort of scout thing. I don't know. Cloak finds a cloak! This is not a drill. This is real. He finds a cloak. It's his brother's cloak. That's why it was in the unfinished pile. Tear count number 2. Cloak decides to finish beading? Embroidering? Cloak decides to finish his brother's cloak as an homage to him. Dad was like super upset at first, but then lets him do it. Dagger's heading off to Loofah's office, and she sees in the big clear window to his office him get shot in the head. This is why I have trust issues. This is why I think Prince Charming has no chance, because they build up a character and then they're done. Loofah's brain tissue is all over the window, and you see this lady assassin pour alcohol all over all of the Roxxon paperwork and burn it. In the church, Cloak and Dagger have a really good discussion about privilege and how society treats both of them differently and how their situations have played out in different ways. Also, Dagger was giving some not so subtle hints that she likes some Cloak in her life. She likes his eyes. She likes the way honesty falls off his shoulders. This boy is gonna have a full schedule with all these girls hanging off of him. The two discuss more about the trauma that they have from that night and how it kind of has affected both of their lives. So Cloak, he feels the need to be more. He feels like he's living for two people and that he has to compensate for the loss of his brother, which he feels guilty for. And then Dagger, on the other hand, she wants to disappear. So then they both get angry at each other and some harsh words are thrown. Some dope music plays in the background. Dagger goes to the pier. She wraps herself up in chains and a rope and she jumps. So she's sinking to the bottom. And then the glow of her power takes over. She frees herself with her dagger. She does have hope. Cloak goes back to the police station and asks for She-Cop. Dagger, now a little bit more in control of her powers, uses her dagger to break into Lufa's vault and take out all of the real information on Roxxon. We're coming for you, Roxxon. I rate this episode 1 used cloak. It was exactly what I wanted, but I also wanted a little bit more. Honestly, I want some fight scenes. I want some fight scenes. I want to see some more powers and action. I think now more than ever, Prince Charming is going to be shot dead. And now that Cloak has a cloak, he can do more cloaking. That's it for today's episode. Once again, my name's O'Malley. I make a new video every Saturday, so don't forget to subscribe and tap that little notification bell. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at O'Malley05, and I will see you next Saturday.